Sometimes hate digs its own grave. This is the story of a man who thought he could get away with racism, only to discover that his own actions would turn against him in the most unexpected way. It began in a quiet office where everyone knew their place. At least, that's how it seemed. On the surface, things looked professional. But underneath, there were whispers, jokes, and unfair treatment that never made it into the company's reports. In the middle of it all was Jordan, a hard-working employee who kept his head down, hoping his efforts would speak louder than the color of his skin. But not everyone saw it that way. One senior staff member, Mr. Harlan, had a reputation for subtle digs and coded remarks. One day, he took things further. Instead of mentoring Jordan, he deliberately set him up for failure, assigning impossible deadlines, withholding information, and waiting for the moment Jordan would finally stumble. In Harlan's eyes, it was the perfect way to prove his own twisted beliefs. But what he didn't know was that his scheme was about to backfire. The very project he sabotaged had multiple witnesses, co-workers who noticed the missing files, the unrealistic expectations, the quiet smirk on Harlan's face. And when the deadline came, something surprising happened. Jordan managed to pull through, completing the project despite the obstacles. The client was impressed. The higher-ups were impressed. And suddenly, the missing details and Harlan's behavior didn't look like oversight anymore. It looked like sabotage. Within days, questions started swirling. Why did Jordan receive incomplete instructions? Why did Harlan ignore his emails asking for clarification? And why did other employees report similar treatment in the past? What was supposed to be Jordan's downfall turned into Harlan's undoing. Management opened an investigation, and Harlan, once seen as untouchable, was now on the defensive, scrambling to explain himself. The office buzzed with shock. For years, people had quietly suspected Harlan's bias, but now they had proof. Co-workers rallied around Jordan, not just out of sympathy, but respect. He hadn't just survived the setup. He had excelled, proving his worth in a way no amount of sabotage could erase. As for Harlan, his reputation was shattered. The same people who once laughed at his remarks now avoided him, as the truth of his character was laid bare. What made this story unforgettable wasn't just the downfall of a racist man, it was the way justice revealed itself. Harlan dug a pit for someone else, only to fall into it himself. His actions exposed him far more than any complaint ever could. In the end, racism didn't win. It backfired. And it reminded everyone watching that hate may thrive for a moment, but eventually it turns against itself. Because no matter how carefully it hides, the truth has a way of coming out in the most unexpected way.